All right, well, the Bears have added another element of emotion today. Their great linebacker, Doug Buffone, announced his retirement yesterday after playing the most number of games in Bear history. Today, he is being introduced as the 12th man on the Chicago Bears. And listen to the ovation he gets from the crowd here at Soldier Field. Doug Buffone playing his last game as a Bear, and he's playing it in conditions that are typical of Chicago in December. It is 18 degrees. It is windy, a wind chill factor of -14.
Yes, the Doug Buffone situation, of course, the death of George Halas Jr., who was a great Bear fan, aside from being the son of the owner and founder of the Chicago Bears, George Halas Jr., so it's going to be quite a game.
Well, right now, they've asked the audience to stand for a moment of silence in honor of the late George Halas Jr., who died of a heart attack very suddenly this morning at the age of 54. So the Bears open with good field position at their own 30-yard line, and offensively, Ted Albrecht and Dennis Licker the tackles, Noah Jackson and Reeve Sorey the guards, Dan Neal the center. The wide receivers, Ricky Watts and Brian Baschnagel, and the tight end, Mike Cobb. Walter Payton and Dave Williams are the running backs. The quarterback is Mike Phipps, number 15. Phipps, lots of time. Open, Baschnagel complete. First down. The Bears, connecting on the first pass opportunity of the day, have a first down at their own 44-yard line. First down, Chicago. Complete to Ricky Watts. Good catch on tight coverage by Roger Worley. And a gain of about 6 yards on the play to midfield. Following the injury to Schubert. Walter Payton's first carry off tackle has a first down. Out of bounds near the 42-yard line of the St. Louis Cardinals. Good block by Dave Williams on the play. Ricky Watts back in, bringing in the play from head coach Neil Armstrong and offensive coordinator Ken Meyer. Baschnagel complete for another Bears first down, and Phipps has a hot hand throwing in this cold weather. Carl Allen on the catch. It is still plenty cold. Screen pass, Payton. Walter Payton running to the 11-yard line where Carl Allen made the stop. First down, Bears, an impressive opening drive. St. Louis 11. Payton wide. Beats the linebacker. Bumped out by number 23, Ken Stone. Got to about the 6-yard line of St. Louis. It'll have to be a fast count. And they just make it again. Payton to the goal line, but no signal. Yes, touchdown. A late signal from the official is signal touchdown Chicago Bears. And so the Bears march the opening kickoff from their own 30-yard line. They go the distance, and Walter Payton, wearing McClendon's helmet, gets the score.
We're going to see Dave Williams throw the block as he knocks Arneson outside. Noah Jackson, 65, throws his block, and you give Walter Payton a little running room to the outside. And I'll tell you one thing, it's a good thing that Ken Stone got a hold of him and brought him down, because he had daylight all the way down the sidelines as Payton has taken the big lead on Otis Anderson in this little rushing duel.
Behind the ball. Dave Williams, good hole off tackle left. Williams breaks the tackle but lost his balance. Stone was the man who had him. He had shaken away from Stone but could not retain his balance, but he has a first down to the 28-yard line. Quickly out sideliner, Watts complete. Pickup of about 6 yards on the play for the Cardinals in the pass situation. It is third and about 5. Phipps with time, complete to Williams. Williams has a first down inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Harry Smith, the extra defensive back, number 45, made the tackle. Houston plays later today against Philadelphia. Slot formation left. Phipps wants to throw. It was deflected, but caught by Williams, who breaks the tackle. Touchdown! Dave Williams. Williams with a fine catch and a good move on that slick turf. And the Bears are up 13 to zip.
The linebacker, who slipped when he came over to make the tackle there, right there, and he slipped back. No, that was not Bearfield. That was Allerman. He slipped, and Williams just turned it on and went into the end zone.
Formation right. Phipps with time again, and It's complete, and it is inbounds. Bashnagel with another outstanding catch. The official signals yes.
A nice precision pass, and you can see there's not too much pressure on Phipps when you throw at that depth. And Bashnagel, who comes up with super catches all the time, and the pass, I might say, was perfect.
Losing Golden Richards, Gene Scott, Steve Schubert have added Washington and Chris Haynes. Drop play in a big hole for Dave Williams all the way inside the 35 to the 33-yard line, where Roger Worley finally got him. Period of play. And they have first down at the 35-yard line. Walter Payton inside the 20, and Noah Jackson running down there helps up his running back. And the Bears playing with fire and enthusiasm. Things are going their way. Ken Stone on the tackle. Anderson has had only one carry so far in the game for 2 yards. Payton again. Inside the 15 to the 14. 3rd and 4. Swing it out to Williams. Good block. And he stopped on an outstanding defensive play and got only about a yard. That was Kurt Allerman. 3rd and about 19 for the Cardinals. Zarkowitz lots of time, and it is intercepted by Ellis. Ellis brings it back upfield. And he's knocked down at the 45-yard line of St. Louis by Theodis Brown. The pass was intended for Mel Gray, number 85. And with the extra defensive back in, Alan Ellis picked it off. First down at the 45-yard line following the interception by Alan Ellis.
Oh, he's open.
Play action, and it's Lonnie Perrin. Down the sideline, first down inside the 20 to the 17-yard line.
Now you have the fake to Payton right there, and there goes Perrin, who has not played all that much from the running back spot. Phipps hit him beautifully right in stride down the sidelines. The former Illini football player takes deep into St. Louis territory.
Dave Williams still bothered somewhat by his big collision with Kurt Allerman. Allerman has a pinched nerve as a result of that hit. This is Payton squirting through inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
There had to be a little bit of hole here as he follows Noah Jackson. 65 comes through. Good blocking by Dan Neal. People were down on the field. Payton was able to jump up over the line and get the yards, and it's Ken Stone, and he's made so many saving tackles today.
Earl, the lead back. Pitch to Payton. Payton touchdown. Payton went through 2 tacklers to score for the Bears. The first man with a shot at him was Arneson, number 57, and he just blew right through him.
Perhaps his greatest game of this season, and he's had a lot of them. Big Robin Earl's out front. Good block by Earl on Arneson. Knocked him off stride. Garlich comes over to make the tackle, and Payton just high-stepped it into the end zone. The Bears lead 20-0, can make it 21.
Ken Stone to the Cardinals. Phipps again, and Watts has it. Good catch in traffic by the rookie, Ricky Watts. Worley on the coverage, and the linebacker Arneson, number 57. First down. Parsons will punt. Good kick with the wind. Comes down at the 12-yard line. Fielded on the fly, and there's some running room down that sideline. It is Lee Nelson. Nelson with Doug Buffone pulling him down at the 12-yard line. A veteran linebacker, Doug Buffone, catching Lee Nelson. What a tremendous return by Nelson. Hart wide open, Tilley touchdown. Jim Hart coolly waiting there, fired it right on target to a wide open Pat Tilley, and Hart was down and hurt as he was banged as soon as he released the ball. It's gone down to 17 above. Little. Not a bad kickoff against the wind, taken by Ricky Watts. Watts dipsy-doodling, shakes loose, and Watts can score. One man can get him, and it's deep. And he will. Touchdown. Ricky Watts taking it the distance. There are no flags down, and the Bears come right back for the touchdown.
Broke one tackle, lifted lifted his legs high, and of course he's got great speed. Let's look at the block. Dan Jiggett's good block. Right here is where he cuts back here and breaks this tackle and then turns it on. And Steve was the only man that was going to be able to catch him, but Watts can run a 9.5. Boy, he was flirting with that sidelines. And here comes Steve. No way they're going to get him. Watts goes in for the touchdown. The Bears now have the big lead once again, 27-6.
Steve goes in motion. The rush is on, and it's sacked. Loose ball, Osborne. And they roll it down and dead at the 25. The sack is good, but the loose ball picked up by Osborne goes for naught. Little fields another low snap is blocked. The loose ball, Plank after it. Plank has it. But play is ruled dead as he gets up and goes to the end zone. He is ruled down back at the 18-yard line. Tommy Hart was the man to block the punt. 5. Intercepted. Allen's got some room.
Oh my gosh, what's happening here?
Dave
Here
Williams after him. Dave Williams can get him, and he does. Carl Allen intercepting the pass intended for Bashnagel and brings it all the way back to the Bears' 13-yard line. Zarkowitz is sacked. Hampton and Muckensturm and Hartenstein all in on him. And that young quarterback has not had much opportunity to do anything here today. Oh, Parsons going to throw off the punt formation to Buffon. Buffon has the first down. Doug Buffon inside the 30. Dave Steep knocked him out of bounds at the 27-yard line, while Parsons and Buffon had a couple of tries at it. Will at least win the NFC title, if not the entire NFL. Zarkowitz on third down is sacked. Dan Hampton, the 7th sack of the afternoon by the Chicago Bears. And St. Louis will have to punt. Well, anyway, to settle these matters, but got to have some method. Here's a reverse triple to Phipps. Phipps deep for Watts. He's open, and it's picked off by Stone. Ken Stone, number 37. And Stone brings it all the way back to the 45-yard line. A flag down. A lot of razzle-dazzle on the play. Zarkowitz on third down, and he's hit. The ball is loose. And it is St. Louis ball on the recovery. Hampton was the man who got the hand on the quarterback for Zarkowitz.
And Alan Page, 82. Everybody was there. Zarkowitz had no time. You can see 82. Alan Page coming from this side. He gets by Bob Young, and then there comes the hit.
Hampton.
Was it Hampton?
Yep.
I couldn't tell. They were both there, and it looked like Alan Page recovered the ball. But St. Louis got it.
Parsons hasn't had the rush that Zarkowitz has had. Phipps complete to Watts. Look at Watts, turn it on. Finally pushed out at the 5. Carl Allen pushed him out of bounds, number 27. That Watts can really burn from the 4. Robin Earl the lead back. Payton, touchdown. The third of the day for Walter Payton, scoring this time from the 4-yard line. And the Bears roll up some more points from their own 35. Here they come again. Good move by Zarkowitz. Gets out of bounds with Ellis in pursuit. Right is Gray. Wide left is Tilley. Play action. Sideliner for Tilley. Complete. Coming back for the ball. Well, Ellis makes the tackle. And it's a Cardinal first down at the 41-yard line of Chicago. The Otis Brown. Running hard. He's got some room. Breaks a tackle and has a first down. Hard running by Theotis Brown. Ran right through Terry Schmidt. And now Brown is slow to get up. Washington game.
Screen pass to Payton.
Payton has it. Blockers in front of him, and he gets some room. Butts his way through a tackle and has the first down. The 35. Payton Payton again. Payton dances through daylight. Breaks a tackle, still going. Walter Payton to the 35-yard line of St. Louis. Finally, Carl Allen makes the tackle, number 27. It has 1,605. Pips to pass, complete to Ricky Watts. Good move by Watts. Touchdown, Ricky Watts. What a move by Ricky Watts. His second touchdown of the game. He had an 83-yard return of a kickoff.
Open, he's got that second gear. Phipps had plenty of time to throw. Absolutely no pass rush. He waited. Here it comes. Now you see 3 St. Louis Cardinals all come up, and there goes Watts. And nobody's going to catch him once that happens.
Gray in motion. Zarkowitz. Complete to Morris out of the backfield, and a Cardinal first down to the 45-yard line of the Bears.
As long as St. Louis didn't score.
Payton.
Oh, great move.
Walter Payton inside the 40-yard line with some more brilliant running. Has a first down at the 39.
Boy, did he put a move on Green, number 25. As he comes right here, you're going to see 25 come from the tackle, and there he goes. He just busts the tackle. And finally, it takes 3 Cardinals to bring him down.
Zarkowitz, Tilley, complete. Diving for a first down to the 45-yard line of the time. Third down and 4.
Here they come.
And again, Zarkowitz fell trying to set up. And he is dumped for another sack. That is the 9th sack and ties a club record in sacks for the Chicago Bears. Zarkowitz back to pass. Up the middle, intended for Steve. Intercepted by Gaines. Went for Gaines. Has got some running room down the sideline and is finally forced out inside the 30. Kearney, Zook, so on. Things should look better for St. Louis. Walter Payton running hard. Payton forced out at the 15. And today. Payton again. Spinning. Picking up about 3. Getting down to the 11-yard line. Down. Walter Payton needs 6 more yards to tie Anderson. And he's got Payton. There's no touchdown signal yet, but he has caught Anderson. And the Bears appear to know it. The ball is marked at the 1-foot line. 11 seconds on the clock. The Bears realize that Walter Payton has caught Otis Anderson for the NFC rushing title.
And some great blocking up the middle by the middle of that Bear offensive line. And Payton puts his shoulder down, almost gets into the end zone as these fans have gone wild. Way down to Otis Anderson. And there's Noah Jackson. Really sorry. They have to take credit, too, because that offensive line has done a job, and no running back gets that kind of yardage without some help. But if you're going to have somebody carry the ball, I wouldn't take anybody in the NFL. But
all right, the Bears 42, St. Louis 6. It all now depends on what happens in Dallas between the Redskins and the Cowboys. And we'll be going there immediately following this telecast. Tim Ryan for Johnny Morris saying so long from Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois.
During the second half of the 1979 season, the Chicago Bears have relentlessly driven toward the playoffs, winning 6 of their last 7. That drive concludes today at Wintry Soldier Field, where the St. Louis Cardinals hope to spoil the Bears' bid for a wild card berth. The support of over 42,000 chilly but loyal fans provided incentive for the Bears' task. More was provided by the death of club president George Halas Jr. And in this game, every incentive would be needed because it would take more than a victory to put Chicago in the playoffs. They also needed to score enough points to make up a 33-point deficit to the Redskins. Thus, it was not merely enough for the Bears to be hungry. They would have to be downright ravenous. In Green Bay last week, the Bears only managed 15 points, and their only touchdown came through the courtesy of their defense. But on the very first Bears series, Mike Phipps signaled what would be a complete turnaround for Chicago's offense as he engineered a 69-yard drive in 12 plays. Phipps concluded the drive by playing his ace, an ace named Walter Payton, number 34. Also at stake was Payton's quest for a fourth straight NFC rushing title. He entered the game 115 yards behind the Cardinals' O.J. Anderson. Despite the 20-degree temperature and 23 miles per hour winds, Soldier Field was radiating with the heat generated by the Bears' offense. It didn't take long for Phipps to continue to keep the home fires burning. The next Bears series was culminated by a 10-yard touchdown pass to fullback Dave Williams, number 22, Chicago's leading receiver. An offensive blitzkrieg was something unexpected for the Bears, but a Bears team vying for the playoffs was also unexpected. More typical of Chicago is a defensive blitzkrieg. They maintained the status quo by victimizing number 32, O.J. Anderson, who could only manage 39 yards and 14 carries as he saw his hopes for an NFC rushing title upended. The Bears also intimidated quarterback Steve Pisarkowitz, who watched this game turn into a nightmare in which he hit on only 5 of 28 passes and threw 2 interceptions. In the second quarter, number 48 Allen Ellis swiped a Pisarkowitz pass, standard operating procedure for a defense that paces the NFC in interceptions. The theft allowed Phipps to continue his pinpoint passing. He was simply superb as he completed 12 of his first 13 passes. Yet another Bears drive concluded with a Walter Payton score. Payton's 13th rushing touchdown of the season gave him the NFC lead in that department. The first half concluded with the Bears holding a commanding lead, but they still needed more in a game where total points would determine their postseason fortunes. After the 77-yard punt return, veteran Jim Hart took over, and he sought out number 83, Pat Tilley, for 6 points. Hart had lost his job to Pisarkowitz in a controversial move ordained by Cardinals owner Billy Bidwell. Obviously, the Bears were thinking victory margin, and that thinking continued on the ensuing kickoff when number 80, Ricky Watts, raced 83 yards for a touchdown. Watt's performance during the second half of the season has given Chicago an added threat. The rookie from Tulsa provides the Bears with much-needed breakaway speed as the Bears' defense continued to maul Pisarkowitz. The Johnny-on-the-spot quarterback was Johnny on the turf in this game as he was sacked 8 times. Moreover, it didn't matter who handled the ball for the Cardinals. He could look forward to a Chicago rush that methodically and frequently penetrated the St. Louis backfield. To sustain their offense, the Bears were willing to try anything, and anything usually succeeded. Despite the chicanery, the Bears found that conventional methods were more efficient in bringing them closer to the end zone. These methods included a chance for Ricky Watts to demonstrate his receiving skills. But when it came time to increase the Bears' lead, Phipps demonstrated that his ace was far from played out. Playing the role of superhero has never been difficult for Peyton. But this season, he is only the most notable superhero on a team laden with them. Peyton simply could not be contained, and in gaining 157 yards for the game, he wrested the rushing title away from Anderson. Ricky Watts also showed that he could not be contained either. Not even by St. Louis's best defensive back, number 22, Roger Worley. The Bears piled up 465 yards in total offense on their way to their biggest victory margin in 14 years. Despite the abundance of points on the scoreboard, the Bears still wanted more. While a penalty denied Peyton his fourth touchdown, the Bears' come-through performance was deserving of applause. The 42-6 victory proved Chicago was made of the right stuff. But now the Bears' fate was in the hands of the Dallas Cowboys. It would be left to them to allow Chicago an opportunity to prove their stuff in the playoffs.